Good morning. So I realized it's been a really long time since I've last uploaded a video. And that's mostly because I just didn't have anything to say. But today I do. Today I wanted to talk about planner FOMO, in which there's another YouTuber, I'll link her down below, who started this topic of planner FOMO. And what it is essentially is it's not peer pressured, it's when you get influenced by others and want to change up your system because it's a popular thing, and you want to be part of the cool kids and what have you. So today I wanted to talk about that topic. And I've been experiencing some planner FOMO for a while. I mean, I think I've always have, but I was really feeling it at the beginning of last year, or the beginning of 2019, when everyone was talking about the Hobonichi weeks and the Hobonichi Techo. And I think the Hobonichis are beautiful, and I think they can be a very, very functional system to use. I mean, I got my husband one for 2020. I got him the Hobonichi cousin, and he loves it. He uses this shit out of it because he has to write a lot. He goes through a lot of meetings. He has a lot of things that need to get done. So he uses it a lot. And I've come to realize that the Hobonichi system, though they are beautiful, is not a system made for me. And I wanted to talk about how I got myself out of planner FOMO, and hopefully these can be tips for you if you are also experiencing the same thing. So I'm currently in a Traveler's Notebook Standard. This one is Rustic Kodiak by Speckled Fawns. However, this is not my only standard. I also have a Chic Sparrow Creme Chocolate, and then I also have another Chic Sparrow Mr. Darcy Wickham. So as you can tell, standard is a size that I gravitate towards. And the reason why is because it gives me the length of an A5, so the length of like a Leuchtturm or a Hobonichi cousin. It gives me the same height, but the width of it is the width of a personal. I believe the insert size in here is 4.25 inches or 3.75 inches. It's one of those two. The width is very slim, so it feels very compact in your hands. And I've come to recognize that the standard is a size that works well for me, which is the reason why I have 3. And that is what I'm using currently in 2019 as my everyday planner. And I am one of those people that needs to feel compacted. I myself am a small person. I have small hands. I am a petite person. So for me to carry anything larger than a standard feels almost bulky to me. So standard is probably the biggest size I'll go as an everyday carry. My current FOMO right now is, what am I going to do for 2020? Because I love the standard. However, the standard, though the size I prefer, is starting to feel a little big for me. So for 2020, I am contemplating going into a B6 Slim. So this is a B6 Slim by Chic Sparrow. This is a Pemberley Daisy. Now, as you can tell, the height is the biggest difference. It's about an inch off the top. But the width of the two planners are the same. And that helps the B6 Slim feel very similar to a standard. Now, I also have a personal that I can show you. Now, personal is also very similar to the B6 Slim as well. So this is a personal single strap from Foxy Fix. This is the Boss Babe Kate leather. And as you can tell, the B6 Slim and the personal are about the same height, but it's a difference of the width. I believe it's about an inch off of the width for the leather covers. I believe the inserts themselves are maybe like a quarter of an inch difference in width. It's not very big of a difference in the insert size. So, standard, B6 Slim, personal. And my current FOMO is I'm contemplating going into the B6 Slim for 2020. Now, here's the issue that I have with that. And I've been in personal before. And I've actually been in personal for years. All through pharmacy school. I've been in personal for years. And I was in the standard this current year. So my thought process is, I went from personal to standard for a reason. I went from here to here because the personal was not giving me enough room. So obviously, go up to standard. So if I go back to B6 Slim, which is very similar to the personal, I might have that same feeling of there's not enough room in the B6 Slim, go back to the standard. And though that isn't an issue, I could do that. I could change planners how many times I want. I prefer not to go through that situation again. Especially since it's kind of a tedious task to be changing planners all the time, to be honest. So that is my FOMO. That is what I'm contemplating about. And also, I have 3 standards. And I love them all. And I actually use them on rotation. I don't know why, but I do. And I also have 3 B6 Slims. I have 2 that I received as Christmas presents, which I will be receiving during Christmas time. But, I mean, if you're a planner girl, you know, your husband asks you what you want for Christmas, you tell him what you want, you yourself order it, and then he pays for it. So I know what's gonna come for Christmas time. And so I have 2 B6 Slims coming in my direction. I have speckled fawns, toasted flan, and then I have a Lacao B6 Slim coming. So, and those 2 are beautiful covers. As you can, I have an affinity for leather covers. So I'm contemplating on what I should do for 2020. There are some things that won't change. So my A5/wide, let me get these out of the way. This is a So What Else's new cover. This is from Halloween's release, but I really couldn't care if it's Halloween or not, because, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. And this, well, it's still set up for Halloween, but I'm just reusing the dividers. This is going to be used as my home planner. It has been used as my home planner for a long time, since Halloween, obviously. But even before Halloween, I was using this size as a home planner to begin with. It has a yearly tracker, which goes from January to December, and then it has a bill tracker. This is an insert that is 2 inserts combined from Annie Plants Printables. I have a monthly for joint finances for tracking spending. I have watercolor paper. I just cut down watercolor paper to fit whatever I have, because I do like to watercolor, but I prefer not to carry the entire watercolor pad or the large sheet of paper. I'll just cut it down to the size that I prefer. And then I have a lined notebook for my husband. This will stay at home. This has always been my home planner. I have a B6, which is currently housing multiple things. It carries my gym workouts, so I have cardio, core, legs, stuff like that. And then I have my current junk journal with all the ephemera that I want to use. For 2020, my journal is going to be going into my everyday carry, which is either going to be the standard or the B6 Slim. So that way, this will solely be what I carry to the gym with me to track how my exercise is going. And then I still have a micro. The micro will still, for now, be my wallet. I'm contemplating putting a wallet insert into my everyday carry, so that way I don't have to carry a wallet and my everyday carry everywhere. But at the same time, there is something convenient about just carrying a micro to Walmart for groceries or what have you. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for my wallet. But those three, so these three will remain the same. These two are So What Else's new covers. This one is a Speckled Fawn Rustic Kodiak. I do like Rustic Kodiak. But I have other planners that aren't being used, and it feels almost like a waste. So I have this Speckled Fawns. This is the Horween textured, I believe. Tailor textured. And this is a true A5, so it's a little bit larger than the So What Else's new cover. And I love this cover, but I like my home planner to be in this one because this tends to be taken to the kitchen table. It tends to be taken out to various errands. So I prefer to be in a cloth cover just in case something spills on it at the coffee table or things like that. I'm a lot more precious with my leather covers than my cloth covers because these can be washed. If you want to wash leather, it's quite difficult. So this is not being currently used. Of course, I have my two standards that aren't being used. I have a personal. This one is a Foxy Fix Lush in Stardust, and it's beautiful. Out of all the Foxy Fix leathers, I believe Lush is my favorite. I have a Giglio, which I received secondhand from the Facebook Marketplace. This is a Giglio a Punto in the A6 in the matte blue Croco. And then I have one more personal. However, this one is not mine. I'm keepsaking it for my husband. This is technically my husband's. This is a Chic Sparrow Mr. Darcy and Buttered Rum. This is quite old. This is the older size. So if you buy a personal Chic Sparrow now, the size is slightly taller than the old style. So this is an old style personal in the Buttered Rum, and you can tell how beautifully it's aged and patinaed. The color has definitely changed. So this is how the color when you receive it will be. It's much more of a tan or lighter butter color actually, and then it changes into this beautiful darker brown, and it has rolls, it has scratches, it's still beautifully shiny. I mean, I got it for my husband. He loves it. So these are all the planners that aren't being filled right now. And then the B6 Slim that I'm contemplating going into for 2020. So these are all the planners that aren't being filled. And it makes me almost sad, right? That they should be filled. They should be loved. And me and my collector's mindset, I just can't get rid of them either because they're so beautiful. And what if I want to go back into personal size? Like, I would be so upset with myself if I sold any of these. So yeah, that's my planner FOMO. I have too many planners with not enough things to plan in them, but I'm too much of a collector to get rid of them all. I'm hoping I'm not the only person that feels this way, because this is quite it's quite a ridiculous thing to be upset about. But yeah, I'm not sure what I want to go into for 2020 in terms of the size. I'm contemplating what I should do with all of these extra beautiful covers that I just cannot get rid of because I love them all. I'm hoping I'm not the only person that feels this way. The only thing that I know for certain for 2020, so these three I'm pretty sure are going to stay for 2020. Well, this four. This is a personal single from Foxy Fix. This is what I hold my work stuff. So work notebook, work schedule, and then I have a wallet insert around. So this is literally 2 notebooks, 2 graph notebooks, and then a wallet insert. It's nothing very interesting, I promise you. So these 4 are gonna stay the same for 2020. These 2 are what I'm contemplating in between. The inserts, however, will stay the same in both of them. So I've already printed my 2020 inserts. So I do have 2 sets of inserts for 2020. I have it both in the B6 slim size and the standard size. I got the inserts, all of them are printables by Annie Plants Printables. So they aren't very expensive and I can reprint them as many times as I want. So I'm going to show you the B6 Slim. So I have a 2020 monthly, which is a month on 2 pages, and I print the monthly one-sided only. So, and on the back side I print a graph so that I can write down my 2020 monthly, and then on the back side I can write down habits, budgeting, all those random things that you want to keep track of. So I have a grid on both, and then the beginning of it I have a grid in which I will put in a yearly tracker. On the back side I slipped in a Target dollar spot clear pocket in which I cut off 2 sides. And then this is another Annie Plants Printables. This is, however, in personal size. I printed it, cut it, and then cut it down the center so that it would make a notepad. And I glued it all on the top. So this is just like liquid Elmer's glue. So I can tear off a sheet whenever I need it. You can also use Mod Podge. I believe Mod Podge will be better because it's not so sticky. So I just put it on the back side of my monthly. I have a debt repayment tracker, which it looks like this. It has the debt repayment information and then a date, amount paid, interest, balance, and then it has a notes section. I have a weekly, which is a week on 1 page, and this is a dated insert for 2020. So it goes from Monday to Sunday, and it goes from December 30th of 2019 to January 3rd of 2021. I have a daily insert. This is an Annie Plants Printable collab with See Amy Draw. And this is the same insert that I've been using in my standard. And again, on the back of the cover page, I printed grid so that I can write down a monthly to-do list. So those random monthly to-do lists that you have to do, like clear the AC filter or change the water filter, like those random tasks that you need to do once a month, but it's not a dedicated dated to do. I will put it on this graph sheet. I have on the back graph sheet, I have a monthly. I can put in a monthly habit tracker, and then the inside is daily. So it starts with a month on 2 pages this week, and then it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it restarts again. I printed just graph paper in which I left the cover sheet blank, and this is what I'm going to use for a journal. And then I have another graph notebook in which this is a cover from, I believe, a Happy Dia collab with Annie Plants Printable. So it's a different insert, but I just like the cover, to be honest. And here I put in my references, my referral, like all those like addresses or passwords, those random lists that will forever be the same. And then in the back there's a secretarial pocket, and for now I just have a bill tracker from Annie Plants Printables, which has a bill, a due date, an amount to paid. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to keep this in my everyday carry, but it's always nice to have a bill tracker just so that you are always for sure making sure that your bills are paid on time. So these are the inserts that I'm going to use for 2020. I've used them in 2019, so I'm positive that they're going to work for the next year. So my standard, which is what I'm currently in right now, I'm not sure what I should do with it. I love it. I can do a quick flip through of this as well. So in the front I have an in case of emergency card with some notepad paper, and then in the back I have just a cellophane bag. This front one is a thank you card, and the craft one is a birthday card. I always find that having at least a thank you card in your planner is always helpful, because I always find that you always need a thank you card whenever you don't have one. So you might as well keep it with you. and then a happy birthday card, because you don't want to be that person in the office who recognizes it's someone's birthday and you don't have a card or a gift for them, right? This is again a 2020 insert. It's the same one. It's a month on 2 pages, and on the front I printed the yearly tracker. This is the week on 1 page. So again, Monday to Sunday start. I have a wallet insert that I received from Amazon. It's just, if you just type in PVC wallet insert for standard, there are so many of them. In the front there's 3 card slots, and on the back there's 1 large slot in which I put in some stickers with an ollie clip. These 3 are old gift cards, membership cards that I just wrapped washi around. And then this is my standard insert. And this is the one that I showed in the B6 Slim. So it starts with a month on 2 pages, and then a weekly, and then it goes to dailies. And then on the back here, well, this is the back of the wallet insert. I had just have more stickers, some sticky notes, notepad paper, a washi flakes, and then this is my reference notebook. And these are the things that I keep in my reference notebook. So I've numbered every page 1 to, I believe the last page is 36. And I just wrote down the page numbers. So this is slightly different from the bullet journal method, in which you're supposed to fill in the index as you go. I prefer to have the pages already listed down, because I tend not to use my reference notebook in the order that's supposed to. I tend to just flip to whatever page is easiest to flip to whenever I have a random list in mind, and then I just write it down. So for me, the easiest page to go to is always the center. So that's why the center is the ones that tend to be filled up first, and then I just go from, I'm like, okay, well, this page is full, what's the next page? Oh, this page is page 11. Write in whatever title and start filling it out. So the lists I have are addresses, a monthly and weekly review, my planner collection, which I'm planning on keeping my planner collection with me, like a list of them, so that I'm not tempted to buy anything more. I wrote down some notes on November 29th on page 17, so I just, since it's not a list, I went ahead and wrote down the date and what it is. A to watch list, a to read, part-time jobs, because I'm looking to make like some side income. Anything I want to order from Amazon, because I prefer to bulk order from Amazon like maybe once every 3 or 4 months. Stationery to order. My when I have money list, which is like that random list that I'm like, oh, if only I had enough money to do so and so. That'll go on page 23. Games I want to try, and then my husband's gift list, because I come to realize that I do not know how to gift my husband. So I'm just going to make a list of all the things he's like, oh, I wish I had this, and then it goes onto his list. So that is my reference notebook. On the back here, I have some more washi cards, and then I have a pencil board, which gives it some stability because the rest of the Kodiak leather is quite floppy. I've opted for the sew and pen loop, in which I have a Papermate Inkjoy 0.7 in black. This is my favorite pen to write with. This is the pen that like all of this writing is in. So, and the pen loops for speckled fronds are very generous, so it's very easy to slip in. I prefer to have a generous pen loop over a small pen loop, in my opinion. So that is my standard. That is what I'm carrying every day. This is a really, really rambly video of the most random stuff, but I feel like I haven't been on YouTube for quite some time, and I thought I should catch you guys up. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, or if you guys have any opinions on the B6 Slim versus the Standard, please tell it to me. You can put a comment down in the YouTube comment box. If you have any questions that you want me to answer, I answer a lot more quickly on my Instagram, which is the same handle as the YouTube channel. And I hope you guys have a nice day. I'll link everything down below. Bye.